Hi friends, this is Rahul. So today I will be talking about the history of the food service industry in India. How the food service industry has evolved since the past 4 decades. But I can assure you one thing, that the Indian food service industry has come a long way since the past 4 decades. So to make things simpler for you to understand, what I have done is I have broken down the industry into 4 phases. But before I begin, friends, do me a favor, click on the subscribe button, because I will be bringing a lot of interesting insights of the food service industry in India, especially the quick service restaurant industry. So let's begin. So friends, in the phase 1, I will be talking about the food service industry before the 90s and then what happened in the mid 90s. So before the mid 90s or in the early 90s, there were a very few organized players. Obviously, there was Haldiram's, which is still famous, and Haldiram's today has more turnover, more sales than a McDonald's. So that's a great achievement by an Indian brand. There was Nerula's. If you remember, Nerula's is a brand based out of Delhi and it is still present. I still love the hot chocolate fudge there. And then there was Wendy's and there was Savarna Bhavan. So the organized players were very less. It was completely dominated by the unorganized players. The revolution of this sector began when the organized players such as McDonald's, Domino's, Baskin-Robbins and KFC started opening outlets all over the country. And the best thing was that the Indian audience accepted them with a lot of grace. So then, my friends, this was the beginning of something really big in the food service sector. So friends, in this phase, I will be talking about an entire decade, that is from 2001 to 2010. You will be surprised to note that the amount of changes which took place in the food sector in India. So let me begin with the entry of a few other foreign players. Pizza Hut, Subway, Chili's, Hard Rock Cafe, I'm just naming a few. These guys entered India in a big way. But the major change which happened here, that the people of India started understanding the food formats. So they knew what is a QSR, which is a quick service restaurant. They knew what is a CDR, a casual dining restaurant. They knew what is a FDR now. They knew it is fine dine. In the previous phases, right, that is in the 90s or the early 2000s, people just assumed a restaurant to be a fine dine. But with these foreign players coming in, a lot of people understood what is the difference, because people started traveling also a lot. The third major change, what happened was that Indian companies like Barista and Cafe Coffee Day started organizing themselves and entered India in a big way, and coffee became a very big market in a tea dominated India. The other major change what happened in this decade was franchising came to India in a big way. So Subway entered India with an individual franchise format. People started understanding the importance of franchising. They started understanding the importance of joint ventures and partnerships. So this was also a major change. But the most important fact in this decade, what happened, that the development was only happening in the metro towns and the tier 1 towns. Friends, in this phase, I will be talking about a period from 2010 to 2016. There are other major foreign players who made an entry in India. They realized the importance of them being present in India. But you know what? When they were entering India, the most interesting fact is that a lot of international players had to Indianize that menu. They realized that getting the entire menu from abroad won't make sense. So they Indianized or localized 20 to 30% of the menu. They realized India is a very important market. But to attract the Indian audience, they have to Indianize the menu. Imagine Subway serving a chicken tikka, Starbucks serving a chicken tikka sandwich, and many other things. So there was the entry of players like Starbucks, Pizza Express, Taco Bell, Krispy Kreme, just to name a few. But the major change what happened over here is that there was a shift in development from tier 1 to tier 2 and tier 3. The players, they started understanding the importance of the smaller cities because the smaller cities were not small anymore. Another major change what happened was that the private equity funding came into being and a lot of players were getting funded through private equity. And now I will be talking about the last phase, that is from 2016 till today. The major growth that happened in the food industry in this period is the rise of food party aggregators like Zomato and Swiggy. Today, the internet only world has become so big. The online food aggregating platform has become a huge industry. Companies like Rebel Foods in India, which owns brands like Fassos and Beros Biryani, are the largest internet only restaurants in the world. So we should be proud of the fact that the largest cloud kitchen company is an Indian company. And also in this period, Burger King came to India because there was a saturation point in the development of the tier 1 and the metro cities. A lot of development of the cloud kitchens and even the quick service restaurants of international and the domestic market happened in the tier 2 as well as in the tier 3 cities. The food service industry in India today is a 4.5 lakh crore rupee market today, and it is growing by 8% per annum, while the quick service restaurant industry is at 34,000 crore rupees and growing at 15% per annum. So if you wish to start your own quick service restaurant in an efficient way, you can connect with me at connect@rahulmalik.co and I will be happy to assist you. So I request you to keep watching my videos and please comment on my video if you liked it. This is Rahul Malik signing off. I'll see you again soon.